大家好，我是台中科大语言中心苏代师, and this is another English story time. So glad you could make it today and have a listen to our English story. Today's English story is a classic story called Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Perhaps you've seen the movie or read the book at one time before. And we're going to take a listen to a little bit shortened version of this story today. So this story is about a young girl named Alice who has an adventure in a strange and faraway land called Wonderland. And at the end of the story, we find out that she did not actually travel to this place, but all the things and strange things that she saw and strange things that happened to her in Wonderland were actually just part of a dream. Yes. Okay. Before we listen to the story, let's have a little bit of vocabulary. Feel free to repeat or stop the tape stop the movie and write these down if you would like. Again, take a look at the Chinese on the screen as well. Then we'll listen to our story, and after our story, we'll have a few comprehension questions to see what you can remember. Okay, but vocabulary first, and I hope this helps with the understanding of our story. Wonderland. Dart. Mutter. Line. Unlock. Squeeze. Shrink. Unfortunately. Enormous. Offend. Scamper. Footstep. Mistake for. Fetch. Barely. Poke. Trample. Miniature. Encounter. Caterpillar. Lounge. Distressed. Hair. Quarrelsome. Bunch. Upset. Huff. Displease. Croquet. Mallet. Needless to say. Accuse. Tart. Evidence. Stand up for. Okay, as I said, that's some of the vocabulary we'll hear in the story today, and I hope that increases your reading comprehension. Let's take a listen to Alice in Wonderland. A bored little Alice is sitting at a riverbank when a white rabbit darts through the grass, muttering, "Oh dear, I shall be late." Curious Alice follows him into his rabbit hole, where the ground drops beneath her. She falls into a long hallway lined with locked doors. On a table, she sees a key, but it only unlocks a tiny door far too small to squeeze through. Also on the table is a bottle labeled "Drink Me." She does and rapidly shrinks to only 10 inches tall. She can fit through the door now. Unfortunately, she has left the key above her on the tabletop. Under the table, Alice discovers a cake labeled "Eat Me." She takes a bite and grows very tall. Just then, the rabbit returns. Frightened by the enormous Alice, he drops his fan and runs away. Alice begins to cry while fanning herself and wondering what to do next. Alice realizes that the fanning has made her shrink again. Before she knows it, she's swimming in a pool of tears she made when she was a giant. She swims to safety with some other animals who were also caught in the pool. She offends her new friends by talking about her cat, who eats birds and mice. The animals scamper away, and Alice is alone again. Alice hears footsteps. It's the white rabbit again, who mistakes her for his servant. He orders her to his home to fetch a fan and gloves. Feeling bad for frightening him earlier, she does. At the White Rabbit's house, she finds another bottle labeled "Drink Me." This time, Alice grows up so big she barely fits in the house. She's trapped. Outside, the rabbit, who can only see her giant arm poking through his window, thinks she is a monster and throws stones at her. Strangely, the stones turn into little cakes. Alice eats one and shrinks very small. Away from the rabbit's house, she runs into more trouble. In the woods, a puppy nearly tramples the miniature Alice while playing a game of fetch. Then she encounters a caterpillar lounging on a mushroom. He asks who she is, but she can only say, "I'm not myself. I'm not myself, you see. I don't keep the same size for 10 minutes together." The caterpillar tells her to eat different sides of the mushroom to control the size and hurries away. The now very distressed Alice meets the Cheshire Cat, who warns her that everyone she meets will be mad. This proves true when she comes to the March Hare's house. A tea party is in progress and Alice is invited. At the mad tea party, the March Hare, the Hatter, and the Dormouse make a quarrelsome bunch. They so upset Alice that she leaves in a huff. Outside, she comes to another door that leads to the beautiful garden of the Queen of Hearts. Alice meets the Queen, who discovers that her gardeners, who are playing cards, are painting white roses red. The Queen shouts, "Off with their heads!" Although displeased with the Queen's behavior, Alice agrees to a game of croquet. Surprisingly, the balls and mallets are real animals with minds of their own. Needless to say, the game does not go smoothly, the angry Queen shouting, "Off with their heads!" many more times. After the silly game, Alice is brought to the trial of the Knave of Hearts, who is accused of stealing tarts, but there is no evidence against him. As Alice sits in court, she suddenly grows to her original size. Unafraid of the small Queen, she stands up for the knave. She gets angry with the court for bothering an innocent man, and the court of cards flies up to attack her. Alice awakes by the riverbank, her head resting on her sister's lap. She realizes that she had been dreaming, and she excitedly tells her sister about her adventures in Wonderland. Okay, so in this story we heard about Alice, who has a dream, and in her dream she has many adventures, some of them good and some of them bad. And right now we're going to listen to a few comprehension questions about this story. Number 1, what does eating the cake in the first room make Alice do? We have A, makes her become very small. B, makes her become very tall. D, makes her able to talk to animals. Or D, makes her forget where things are. Okay. Question number 2. What does the caterpillar tell her? A, everyone she meets will be mad. B, she is invited to have tea with the Mad Hatter. C, she should fetch his hat and gloves. Or D, eating some mushrooms will help control her size. Again, the question was, what does the caterpillar tell her? Okay, on to question 3. Which of the following is true? A, the Cheshire Cat says he is mad at Alice. B, Alice has fun at the mad tea party. C, Alice followed the caterpillar into Wonderland. Or D, the croquet ball and mallets are living animals. The question again is, which of these statements is true? And finally, one more comprehension question here. Why is the Knave of Hearts on trial? A, he offended the Red Queen. B, the Queen thinks he stole her tarts. C, he painted the white roses red. Or D, Alice wanted to stand up for him? Okay, that's the last of our comprehension questions today, and that is the end of our story. I do appreciate you all coming and listening today. Thank you so much, and please come again next time for another English story time. Thank you very much. 再见.